What's happening, everyone? SconzE here with more One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. I almost called it Piece 1. We are still in Dressrosa, and I think we're almost done. How many levels are in the other ones? Let's see. Like, Summon Warriors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, is it the... Nope. Is it the same as the other ones? Yep. Okay. So I'm assuming we just got 2 more levels for this. Ooh, and we could play... we could finally go back to Zoro. Well, it'd be cool to play as 2, but... we want to play with our strongest guy to just get it done quicker. Wasn't Zoro wearing a suit in Dressrosa? Where's that skin for him? Is the bear around? Is he around? I'm not seeing the panda. He'll show up eventually, though. Wait, there he is! He's right there. Did you catch him? Right in the center. He was far back, but he was there. We get it, Law. We see the fit. Look at him posing. Like, everyone's just, like, standing normally, and then there's just Law with his hand out, holding this, like... You stand normal, bro. Does he fight with us? Because I'm like, they made him a character model too, but not Iceberg. It still blows my mind. You know, you never really see that. You never see characters losing one leg like that. And fight, like, you know, you have Shanks. Shanks is missing an arm. Kid lost an arm. That's like a common thing in animes and stuff for a character to lose one arm. But never the leg, because, like... it's like, you can fight with one arm. Fight with one leg, I mean, Kyros proves you could do it too. But it's just, it'd definitely be harder to maneuver around. Oh, Rebecca! Helmet kind of looks like Griffith's helmet a little bit, the way it was shaped, that front mask part. Well, you definitely can't, like, just do nothing and leave, because you wouldn't be able to leave in the first place. You wouldn't get out. The birdcage is closing in. You're trapped in here. I guess unless... I mean, Law could teleport all of them out of the birdcage, though. You should go up to the wall and then, boop, to the other side. Give Doflamingo a beating and stop that birdcage. Will do. Alright, growth map. Do we have anything? We have enough for just this. And get our strength up a little bit. Zoro map 3. Ooh, get the strength up. Yeah, do that. Okay. Soul map anything? Yes. And attack can go up a little bit. Beautiful. Let's get on into it. Does he have the bandana still? Yeah. I feel like we never really see Zoro wearing the bandana with this look. This look is good too, but I feel like pre-time skip, pre-time skip I definitely liked better. I don't know, it was like simpler and iconic. Like now Zoro looks more like a stereotypical pirate, you know? Kind of in a way. A little bit. But the other one was like, it was also kind of basic pirate design. But I don't know, it just like, it worked well. Because I feel like that's more Zoro's like, style. It's like, he's just a simple guy. He likes his swords, he likes to drink, and he likes to sleep. Like, that's his thing. That's what he does. He's, you know, not a complicated guy. I wouldn't really see him as like Sanji. Sanji's got his suits on. He's like, I gotta look fresh for the ladies. Zoro doesn't really care about that. And I feel like, wouldn't the pants work better than this? Because, like, I don't know, I guess, do you have as much movement wearing this, like, with the legs? Does that get, like, restricted at all? Like, I feel like you'd get, like, caught up in that, like, doing some of the crazy moves Zoro does. What am I supposed to be doing? Hurry to the Royal Palace? Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. Oh, I gotta give Pika a beating. What's with these exclamation marks? What are those for? What am I doing here? Why is there exclamation mark? Oh, I gotta help out Frankie. Okay, help out Frankie and then sure he'll join us. Ah, beautiful. Defeated already. That was quick. Frankie, give him the suplex special. It was with, was it Senor Pink? That was the guy Frankie fought in Dressrosa. Everyone went crazy for Senor Pink. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, I think that was his name. Got the diaper, like. I'm sorry, but yeah, the backstory was sad and tragic, and it was like, oh, he's actually really cool. Like, I still can't. I'm not gonna get over the look. Like, based off the backstory, can I respect it? Yeah, but I don't like it. I feel like every One Piece backstory, though, everyone just like overglazes. It's always like, oh my gosh, it's so peak. Every backstory is peak, and it's like, yeah, no, they're good, like definitely. But I don't know. I've been seeing more and more people talk about like how people just glaze One Piece, and I'm starting to like be like, yeah, it is true. People are getting a little too much with it now at this point. Because, like, One Piece, I don't know, it became, like, it was in my top 3 for a while. Like, when I first picked up One Piece some years, I don't know how long ago it was when I first started it. Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe it was, like, 5 years ago or something. Anyways, like, when I was first watching the show, I thought I was like, oh, it's so amazing and stuff. And I still do think it is. But it used to be like, oh man, it used to be like my top 3. Because like my number 1 and 2 are always like Dragon Ball and then Gundam. That's my 2 like favorite franchises. Then One Piece went at number 3 for a while for me. And I was like, this is so, you know, like, it's amazing. It's awesome. It's my jam. But now, like, I don't know. As time has passed, I find a lot of faults with it that, like, you know, I see, and people are, I kind of starting to agree with the, not the One Piece haters. If you just hate on One Piece, it's like, alright, bro. Like, you're just trying to be different. Like, not saying you should hate on One Piece, but there's definitely a lot of stuff that isn't as crazy as people make it out to be. Like, without a doubt, it's one of the greatest shows in like all of anime, undoubtedly so. But just because it's like one of your favorites and you like it doesn't mean like you have to say everything is peak. It's like you're allowed to like have complaints about something you like or dislike. That's a big problem I feel like people have. Okay, what's going on here? Is this glitched? Just give Pika a beating. I'm like inside Pika right now. Is this working? Is he taking damage? Oh yeah, he's... Okay. I think his... Alright, they're just doing the little speech thing quick right now. Oh wait. Is he not? Is he... Pika stopped. Beautiful. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I find a lot of, like, people have this issue where it's like, if I like something, it's the greatest thing in the world, and there's nothing wrong with it. And then it's just like, it's just obnoxious. It's like, just because you like it, like, you're allowed to like things that, like, aren't good. Like, for example, I say Dragon Ball Z is my #1, but I would say, like, oh, is it like the story? The story, like, you know, could be a lot better. It's really not that crazy. But at the same time, there are people who say, Dragon Ball Z has no story. And I would say, like, actually, like, it does. If you actually watch, like, it does have, like, decent story. It's not, like, crazy. It's not like, oh, this is peak fiction or anything. But it's, like, it goes, like, both ways. You get the people who just, like, who over-exaggerate their hate just because for, like, I don't know, they're either trying to be different or they've never watched something and they just want to, like, hate on it. And then you have the people who love stuff and then just, like, glaze it too much and don't point, and any problem that, like, can easily be pointed out, they'll just disregard and be like, no, no, no. Like, I'm giving a very, like, broad explanation of this, but I hope you guys understand what I'm getting at, you know? Like, don't hate just to hate, but at the same time, don't glaze just to glaze. Like, just be honest. That's what it comes down to, is just, like, just be honest with yourself, like, when something's not all that. And vice versa. And there's another thing. Don't talk about shows you haven't watched. People who hate on... There's so many people hate on One Piece online who have never watched it. Like, oh, it's too long. It sucks. Too long. Like, you haven't watched it. How could you say it sucks if you haven't seen it? I used to think One Piece was stupid. Like, I used to not, like, want to watch it. I used to be like, this show looks weird, blah, blah, whatever. Then I watched it. Became one of my all-time favorites. And it's like, just goes to show, like, you know... Just, like, if you watch something, odds are you're gonna have a different opinion. And it's stupid, because your opinion's invalid in the first place anyway, if you just hate on something without watching it. I always say, Attack on Titan, I think I've probably even brought it up in this series before. I'm not gonna get into details about why I dislike it or anything, but I really think Attack on Titan is overrated and pretty garbage. But I've watched all of it. It's not like I just say it and I've never seen it. Like, I watched from start to finish. Yeah, get out of here, Pika. Scram! Alright, you know what? Actually, maybe come back. Come back. Don't... You can go back to little form. You know, did you guys know this? I didn't know this. So I've only played Pirate Warriors 3 and 4. But apparently in Pirate Warriors 1, they had, like, minigame things within, I guess, the story mode or something. Because they were showing a part, and this reminded me because it would have been cool to do here. But because of One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 remaster, and, like, they've sold however many copies, Bandai Namco did they made, like, a little special video thing of, like, Pirate Warriors 1, 2, 3, and 4 combined. And in the first one, they showed, like, during the, what's-his-name fight, Don Krieg fight, they show Luffy, like, bouncing around, like, the Barate and stuff, like, from ship to ship, and there was, like, quick time events where it's like, oh, like, move up to, like, dodge this, you know, wood piece of the ship, press this button to, like, latch on and, like, sling yourself forward. And I was like, oh, that's sick. I was like, why'd they get rid of that? They just get rid of a lot of things. I was like, that would have been cool. Like, imagine that would, like, after you beat Pika, like, this cutscene You get to like do that with Zoro fighting Pika, like quick time event, like oh, like move the thing and like slash forward. Like those are always fun for giant boss fights. It's not as fun for like regular stuff, but when it comes to like giant bosses, quick time events are fun. Well, we defeated Pika. Well, we got, says 15 minutes to get to the Royal Palace. I wonder if it's gonna actually have us fight Doflamingo or just go into a cutscene and then we fight him in the next mission. There's another exclamation mark thing down over there. I kinda wanna get to it, but at the same time... how are we doing on time on this video? 15 minutes? Ooh. Do I go help? Yeah, they got it covered. Maybe, probably. Come on, Zora, keep it moving. You know, that's, you know, the Straw Hats, you know, you gotta help each other. However, if you want to be on the Pirate King's crew, you gotta be able to handle yourself. So, I'm sure they got it. Oh, it's the flower field in front of the... Oh, I remember that. I'm here! We're at the Royal Palace. Oh, sorry, there's like the upstairs, too. I like how there's a little fire sound effect for that. Diamante appeared. Where? Be down below. Hey, buddy. Alright, this should be wrapped up quickly. Well, yep, it was. Oh, Rebecca, what are you doing here? Get out of here! You're gonna get killed! He is crazy tall. Yeah, that's gotta be intimidating. Oh, damn! Why even point the sword at her in the first place? This is what we talked about, though. This is what I've talked about multiple times. Look at that! Like, why? Why did he just stand there? I'll use this gun. Stands there, stares at her for a couple seconds. She screams for help. He continues to stare at her. You're just asking. You're just asking to be stopped. Like I don't want Rebecca to get shot, but it's like, oh my gosh, from story perspective, it just makes no sense and it's terrible. I hate when they like do that in shows and movies. I've complained about it like multiple times, I think, in this series I've brought it up. And here's the proof. Here's the proof right here. Like, it just makes no sense why that would have happened the way it did. Ridiculous, man. Yeah, I think I have brought it up a couple times. A lot of series, I'll, like, repeat stuff multiple times, because it's not like everything gets recorded in one sitting. It gets recorded over, like, weeks and days, and so... When it's, like, week to week, you forget, like, oh, yeah, did I say that? And then you say it again. When you record so many, because we do 2 videos a day on SconzE, so that's 14 videos a week. When you do 14 videos a week, like, it slips your mind. Like, I'll go back on an old video and be like, oh yeah, I did say that, or like, oh yeah, that did happen. Like I don't really remember, just, you know, out of the blue. Alright. Alright, what's going on now? We saved Rebecca. What's next? Come on. I gotta go up here? I'm here! here. Unless... Oh, fuck, am I supposed to go down? Maybe I'm supposed to go down. Alright, I'm here. For real this time. I really like that. That's good sound design. Like, you could hear their voice, like, echoing inside the castle and stuff. They could have just left it, like, regularly. I mean, this is the kind of game you can get away with, like, sound design not being anything, you know, special. Because it's a One Piece, you know, beat 'em up. Like, it's not like, oh, this is gonna be Game of the Year 2025. Like, so it's nice when games that don't need to do extra. However, they could fucking do that, but they couldn't put Perona and Moria and Kuma in, even though they're in the last game, dude. And I talked earlier about how they did, like, on social media, the whole, oh, One Piece Pirate Warriors anniversary special video thing. Yeah, well, you know who they showed for Pirate Warriors 3? Like, when it switched over, you know who they show fighting? Perona. Huh. Oh my gosh, you're showing Perona as, like, playable character. Why isn't she in this game? Like, you had the audacity to show off characters in previous games that had no right not to be in this one. Alright, Dofi, let's go. Time to take your beating. And we're going into a cutscene. We're gonna see the iconic scene, the iconic image, the iconic frame. Here it is. It's so peak. It's so peak. See, in this case, this is a One Piece part that people could be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, that is peak. Like, that was a cool scene. That's worthy. However, it doesn't really make any sense. When you think about it, it makes no sense for Luffy to been able to stop his stomp and to be clashing with him right here. Because Luffy was struggling fighting him with, like, Gear 4, and then, like, had to rest, and, like, they had to cover Luffy until he got his, like, strength back up. Like, Luffy couldn't 1v1 Doflamingo. It made, like, that's the thing. One Piece does shit like that, where it's like, oh, you have these characters clash, and then it's like, ah, but that doesn't make sense, though. Like, would have Luffy been able to do it? Because Luffy wasn't even in any of his gear forms there. He was just in base. No. Anything but that. Is this the first time we see? I think it's the first time we see Gear 4. Bounce Man. Bounce Man's cool. Luffy's Gear 4 transformations are pretty cool. I think when I first saw them in the show, I was like, that's goofy. I'm like, I do not like that. But over time, though, I got more used to it. Now I think it's pretty cool. That's kind of like me with Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball. Originally, I used to be like, I'm like, the fur and the tail, I'm like, ugh. But then I get used to it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, he looks pretty cool. He's got that, like, those primal instincts, you know, the Saiyan primal instincts and ferocity. was like, okay, it's cool. It's cool. I can get down with it. And he talks in like the voice. He's like, I'm Super Saiyan 4. Time to die. Omega Shinron. Remember Omega from... You guys ever watch Star Wars Bad Batch? I kind of wish she just wasn't in the show. I wish the Bad Batch show was just the Bad Batch. Omega annoyed me. Her name is Omega, but she says Omega. Omega. And then she calls Rekka, like with a U-H. And then Hunter. Eco. What does it say? Tick. Instead of tech, it's tick. Who was the other one? Crosshair. Crosshair, I think she said pretty much the same. It was funny though. I would see a lot of people would like comment online, like they would like when referencing those characters, they would like spell it the way she said it. It was funny. Here we go. Finish the job, Luffy. Oh, damn. Well, they got him. Dude, Doflamingo's pretty drippy. The pants go crazy. Well, there it is. Oh. How much time we got? Oh. Alright. Hey, they defeated Doflamingo. Hooray! Luffy sleeping. Usopp's sleeping too, it looks like. You know what's interesting? There's a little One Piece factoid for y'all. Is what's his name? Robin and Frankie met Sabo, but they never met Ace. I think it was Brook. Did Brook lead? Well, either way, Zoro's the only one to have met both of Luffy's brothers. I think. Pretty sure that's like a thing. Because the other rest of the crew were like away. They were going to chase Big Mom's ship. Wait, did they even mention that in this game? That like the rest of the crew went off to chase after the Big Mom ship? I don't recall them doing that. Usopp's sleeping, so he didn't get to see Sabo. Leaving already? Come on, Sabo. Hang out with the crew for a bit. When's Luffy and Dragon ever gonna get to meet? Dude, Dragon better not be a disappointment. Wait, wasn't Zoro supposed to say... Wasn't there like a thing where like Sabo says something, the same thing that like Ace says And then Zoro goes, "Ha! Ace said the same thing." When that didn't happen in the game? They chose not to do that one? Okay. Okay, cool. Whatever. It's fine. Take out a cool scene. I get it. Cavendish unlocked. Oh yeah, because I can't wait to play as Cavendish. Yeah, not Kuma or Moria Perona or Enel that were all in Pirate Wars 3. No, none of them. But Cavendish. Oh, thank goodness I get to play as Cavendish. Oh, don't forget Tashigi. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. All right, next episode we're gonna deal with this Fujitora business. I'll see you guys there. Bye bye.